Everybody, it's 158 here, bringing you some more Pokemon Origin Battle Strategies. In the last episode, we covered Tepig and its evolutionary lines, and then I put up a straw poll asking if you want, because I had already done the Snivy line and then I just did the Tepig line. So I asked you, do you want to see Alakazam or do you want to see the Oshawott line? Well, technically, I put Samurott in the straw poll, but yeah, you can. But, I was going to do the Oshawott line. By the way, Alakazam just dominated, so here it is, Alakazam. Now, you might be wondering, why is there a picture of Mega Alakazam? You usually don't show, like, the pictures of a Pokemon Mega Evolution until the battle strategies. Well, it's simple. Alakazam's origin is really boring. He's a magician, he's a spoon, he's just boring. Now, while I have, like, no evidence of what Mega Alakazam's origin is, I thought of a pretty good idea. It might be based off of the Buddha from Guess What Religion? I had no idea that was from Buddhism! But anyway, yeah, I think it might be based off of the Buddha because of the cross-leg position, and if you'll, cause see, like, Buddha has cross-leg position? Alakazam has cross-leg position, and as you'll notice, some things of the Buddha also have a gem on their head, like Alakazam. Anyway, it's time for battle strategies. Now, this is an episode just entirely for Mega Alakazam. I just did that for the origin because Alakazam's origin is really boring, because you don't really notice much Buddha in this from this. But anyway, Alakazam, whether it's Mega or not, can wreck house. You're going to start off by getting its hidden ability Magic Guard and then giving it the Life Orb. The Life Orb will basically power up your moves in exchange for 10% of your HP every turn. Magic Guard, since makes it so that you only take damage from direct attacks, makes it so that the Life Orb will not come into effect. Anyway, so you're going to either give it a modest or a timid nature. I would just go with whatever fits your team. If your team's really slow, give it the timid nature. If your team isn't really that powerful, which I would say is a pretty bad team if it's not that powerful, give it the modest nature. Anyway, next, you're going to want to train it in special attack, speed, and then give the leftovers to defense or special defense. And honestly, it's not really that surprising that this is how you train it. Anyway, for moves, you're going to start off by giving it Psychic for stab, then Focus Blast for some powerful coverage. Next, Shadow Ball for some coverage that can beat one of its weaknesses, Ghost type. Finally, you can give it Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, or Thunderbolt, because Alakazam has so many moves for coverage. Of course, since Alakazam has tons of moves, that is obviously not the only way to train it. So here are a few random thoughts. Of course, Alakazam is able to Mega Evolve, so you could always use Mega Alakazam, and the set doesn't really change. And the reason I put Magic Guard and not Trace there is because you're probably going to want Magic Guard just to start off with. And even though you won't have that Life Orb, it's still nice because you won't take toxic damage. You won't take damage if you send it into Stealth Rocks. Yeah, it's still a really nice ability. And all these sets will apply for Mega Alakazam too. You could also give it Psyshock instead of Psychic. Now, this you need to give up 10 power to do this, and it sounds really useless, but I can think of some occasions where this can be useful. Psyshock is a special move that uses the opponent's physical defense instead of their defense. Anyway, so let's say you're fighting a physical wall and you don't want to switch out. Maybe all of your special attackers are fainted, or you don't have very many special attackers, and Alakazam... Wait, no, not a physical wall, derp. A special wall, and all of your physical attackers have fainted. You only have special attackers, one of which is Alakazam. So anyway, you can use Psyshock, and you might be saying, oh, what if you're up against a physical wall? Use one of the other 3 moves. And anyway, another note I want to make about the Dazzling Gleam, Energy Ball, and Thunderbolt is that, honestly, it's kind of like with that nature, just go with what your team what your team does best. If you have 2 fairy types, choose either Energy Ball or Thunderbolt, and maybe one of those fairy types is Detonate, and then you just obviously want to choose Energy Ball. I don't know why you'd put a Detonate on your team. Well, I guess it can wreck House if you watch my top 10 favorite Kalos Pokemon. But anyway, yeah, that's just, yeah, one little side note about that, which I should have done earlier. And the reason I wanted to make it now is because you can also take that away and replace it for Calm Mind. But honestly, I think Alakazam is so powerful that coverage is more valuable to me than setup. And that's it, Alakazam! Next week we will be doing the Oshawott line, unless I get a suggestion in the comments section, because I just decided the Oshawott line would be fun. But if my fans, since this is made for, well, my fans, if you guys, my fans, want to see a different Pokemon, tell me and I will do that Pokemon instead of the Oshawott line. But if I don't get any comments suggesting different Pokemon, we will be doing the Oshawott line next week. Anyway, guys, this is 150 Delays signing out. Stay awesome and goodbye.